What is up, A-Team? Welcome back. Awesome here. Hope everyone's having an awesome day, or not, depending where we're at, but I hope it's awesome. And yes, we're back at it today to talk more about crypto. The cryptocurrency markets are definitely going down in terms of pricing right now. Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, you name it. We're definitely in a little bit of some shambles here. However, we knew that was what was going to happen here. We've been shorting the market almost 4 days now, 3 or 4 days now, knowing that the market's going to go down. So anyone that actually jumped on the bandwagon and shorted the market, you're actually sitting pretty, especially with any of your margin trades that are out there. But overall, today's actually a really good day for just crypto in general, just putting crypto on the map. And I could be more excited for Circle to actually get out there and be a part of the actually now have an IPO, right? Launching their IPO. They're actually out there to do very well today. I was joking in Discord saying that we should probably go short it now because it's been absolutely sending. Probably one of the biggest releases out there, up over 150% just off a launch, which is crazy. But before we jump into everything, I want to say what's up to the A-Teamers in the house here. We got Chipper in the house, Tim Shea, we got the Mayor of Crypto in the house, Real Ice Bear, what's up, man? Adam, good to see you guys. David, Crypto Keeper Joe, what's up, my guy? Tony Punch, what's up, man? Richard, Z Goals in the house here. William, Alex, Pipeline, good to see you guys. Big Watch Dude, what's up, man? Good to see you, my guy. Joshua, who else we got here? If I'm scrolling fast, we got Shannon. What's up, Shannon? Deb's in the house here. Good to see you. Good to see RPM. Got RPM in the house. DP, Alex, good to see you guys. Frankfurt, that one guy, what's going on, man? We got Maui in the house here. Paul just halted the IPO trading. They halted. Did they halt it? Oh, man, I didn't see that. That's hilarious, dude. I mean, hey, dude, that thing is going crazy, bro. I mean, up 150%. That is literally crypto in the stock exchange. Like, to just go up 150% like that is wild. So anyone that got into the IPO, kudos to you. Anyone that got good pricing, kudos to you. I did not get into it. I did not buy into it, but I'll sit here and watch. I'll probably end up shorting it. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. We're going to play the game. We're probably going to short this. A lot of people will probably short it, just like they did Coinbase when Coinbase launched. We're here to make money, and that's what it comes down to here. So we're going to find the areas and try to leverage against that. And unfortunately, Circle is probably going to be the one. And we're not the only ones that are going to do that. I mean, obviously, I want it to grow. It's going to do well. But, we're here to make some money. So that's probably what's going to happen here. Let's see here. We got Ali, how low can Sol get and what price? We can look at that today. We'll look at that today. Right now, my play of the day, I told you guys this, the play of the day. I actually made my announcement at, I think it was 9 o'clock this morning. 9 o'clock this morning, I made my announcement inside Discord that I was going to start shorting XRP again. I sold my long last night. I posted in the chat last night at like 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. or sorry, 2 a.m. Literally, I woke up in the middle of the night, saw that we were in the 18s. I said, hey, I hit my marker. I ended up this morning rolling that all into a short again today. And so far, so good. I mean, we're sitting pretty right now. So yeah, that's kind of what it is. I probably shouldn't have sold my my short last night, but I said I was going to sell it there. It hit my stop losses. And I woke up and it was actually 221. And I was like, oh crap. And then I had to get back, look at my indicators, and ended up shorting at like 219 something. So yeah, sitting here really good right now, and hope everyone else did as well. But we'll see how the day turns out. Billion Rights in the house here. Thanks so much for the 199 super chat. Appreciate you a ton, dude. Always in here. Need A-Team merch. Just get a black hoodie, right? I just need to start just like selling some black hoodies out there. Is that what I need to do? Appreciate you. Thank you so much, dude. Adam L's in the house here. Thanks so much for the 499 super chat here. Good morning. Hi, fan. The war of words between Elon. Dude, it's crazy. We're gonna actually watch some of that. That is a very interesting take that's happening right now. I mean, obviously, Elon's not very happy. You got Trump out here that's like, hey, you knew what was going on. Definitely a war between two of the biggest personalities in the entire globe. So yeah, very, very interesting to sort of see how this is going to turn out. But thanks so much for the super chat there. Deb, what's up, man? Hey, team, what's going on, dude? What's up? Let's see here. Hello, yeah, we'll see about that. We got just a kilowatt. What, dude? What's up, buddy? Long time no see, man. Hope all is well, my friend. I haven't seen you in a while, but it's good to see you, dude. I see you're playing with leverage now, Austin. It's a whole different game, isn't it? Tell Twiz hi for me. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you being here. Thanks so much for the $5 super chat, and it's good to see you, dude. Always good to see old faces in the house here. Haven't seen you in a while, so hope all is well with you too, my guy. And thanks so much for the $5 super chat, as always, dude. Yeah, we've been playing around with some leverage, man. You got to have some fun. I was doing it on Coinbase. Coinbase is so difficult. I couldn't share my screen with people because it was like, it had my personal information on there. And then finally I was like, you know what, dude, BTCC reached out and I was like, it's a non-KYC. I didn't want to put anything out there. And I was like, dude, let's actually start sharing, doing some leverage on screen. And here we are. So yeah, man, good to see you. Good to see you, man. If you sell merch, don't forget the fat sizes. That's actually pretty funny. Okay, so let's jump into it here. As you guys can see right now, let me add to the stage here. You can see that the markets are actually down right now, roughly down about 1.35%, down to 3.28 trillion. It's really not that far down, but Bitcoin is continuing to climb downward, and we probably will see more red days ahead. I'll show you why we're going to have more days ahead, which goes to the title of when is the pump going to be. We can actually go and probably have a pretty good idea of when the next rally is going to be. I mean, we'll have green days in between. There'll be days where it's going to be in the green, but when we get the real next big rally, we'll obviously share that here as well. Ethereum down. I mean, we'll continue to go down. This will continue to go down. XRP, shockingly, is continuing to climb down. I mean, I said 216 was probably like where it would go, but this actually shows some signs where we could probably go into maybe 215, 214. It could go even lower. So continue to watch that as well. Solana is obviously getting beat up pretty well right now. You can see anyone putting some shorts in on that is probably killing it over the last 7 days. Dogecoin getting absolutely obliterated right now, 17% down over the last 7 days. Our buddy HBAR over here down to 16.6. I said this couldn't probably get any lower. I said 16, about 16.1. I think 16 to 16.1 is probably my marker for a low, and then that's probably where I'll most likely put a long in for HBAR on that one. You know, it hasn't reached below 16 in like well over 3 months, so you know, I don't see that it would get lower than that, but that's kind of where we're at right now. Anyone that jumped in on my play yesterday with ApeCoin, as you guys know, I actually sold my short. I actually lost like $100 on my short. It was just like, I got liquidated so fast. I didn't have access to the internet. I didn't even put a stop loss in. I literally got liquidated in like 30 minutes for an ApeCoin short, and I gave Twiz hell for it. But other people jumped into that, and they actually are up really good right now. So anyone that actually held on to that ApeCoin short right now is literally obliterating it, and I'm super pumped that you guys did that. So kudos for you guys. So basically, it's a sale. Yeah, it's definitely a sell right now. I bought a couple hundred of XRP yesterday, so it's probably going to go down. I get it, man. Sometimes that's hard, right? Yo, this Elon Trump back and forth is happening in real time on CNBC. Is it really, dude? So going to what he's saying right now, as you guys can see right here, President Trump says he is very disappointed because Elon Musk knew the inner workings of the bill better than almost anyone. Trump says Elon Musk only developed the problem when he found out they were cutting the EV mandate. As you guys know, the EV mandate was huge, right? I mean, anyone that owned, even for us personally as people who bought EV cars, they got massive tax reductions for actually buying them, right? They got a mandate back for anyone purchasing these EV vehicles, right? Or electric vehicles. And so, yeah, maybe that's the reasons why, but they're definitely battling out right now. As you guys know, Elon, you could hear Trump come out here and say, CNN's obviously blasting this all over the place, but yeah, right here it says Elon's upset because we took the EV mandate, which was a lot of money for electric vehicles. They're having a hard time with the electric vehicles, and they wanted us to pay billions of dollars in subsidies. Elon knew this from the beginning. And then you have him basically coming out here saying, you know, kill the bill, kill the bill, kill the bill. And the reason why the kill the bill thing here is because, as you guys can see right here, that the US dollar has now lost almost 9% of its value just this year alone. And that, if you don't know, I mean, the dollar is what we're battling right now. The reason why the dollar is losing so much value is because of our national debt. Our national debt is probably one of the biggest things that we're battling. And so to come out here and actually, you know, say, hey, we're gonna get rid of the debt ceiling, and we're gonna come out here and we're gonna continue to spend as much as possible. You can see that this is actually causing some people to, basically be upset about it. And what's crazy is now you have Elon coming out here and tweeting. I don't know if this is actually a legit tweet. Is that actually a legit tweet by or a post by Elon? If he actually posted that, that's insane, dude. Oh man, it is, dude. That is a real post by Elon, dude. Holy crap. So Elon actually just posted this. Did he actually post that? I don't see him posting that. I don't know if that's actually a real post. I'm looking at this right now. I don't think he posted that. I cannot believe the Republicans are extending the debt ceiling. So I don't think he actually posted this tweet, but they're saying it on CNBC that he did. This is on June 5th at 6:40. So what? That was yesterday, right? Or no, that was today. Where did he post that at? That must be on the replies then. I want to make sure it's actually legit. Oh, right here he did. He says it right here. Okay. He says, without me, Trump would have lost the election. Dems would control the House and the Republicans would be 51-49 in the state. God damn. Oh my God, dude. This is crazy. This is crazy, dude. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. This is getting wild now. Hey, man, to each your own. You know what? I'll let them battle it out. I don't really care. We're here to make money. You know, we're going to make money regardless of what words are said between President Trump and Elon Musk. I'll let them battle out their own feelings and go from there, dude. So that is crazy, though. I will admit that is pretty wild. How long can Sol get and how low? Yeah, I'll talk about that. I don't think this is good for any of the markets. Nah, it's probably not. Elon is a free speech, God of free speech, just like, oh, I mean, you know, hey, man, I would agree to some extent, dude. I think that Elon probably helped Trump win a lot of the election. I mean, I think he helped push. He spent probably a lot of money. I mean, you know, he obviously had his own agenda. I mean, come on, guys. Like, you're not going to do all that and go out to all these rallies and push hard to, you know, if you didn't want to help someone out. Like, you're just not going to go do that. So, I mean, whatever's being said right now is obviously high in emotion. Who knows? Maybe it's a distraction. It's just a distraction, dude. In all reality, that's how I would look at it. This is just a distraction from the bigger thing, dude. I wouldn't even get sucked into the distraction, to be honest with you. You know, it's just words. It's just words. I'm sure that they're probably good friends, and at the end of this whole thing, they're probably gonna laugh about it because who cares at the end of it? That's how I look at it. I'm not even sweating it, dude. But one thing I want to say, everyone's asking, like, why are the markets going down? Like, why are the markets going down? Well, as you guys know, for the last 3 days, actually the last 4 days, BlackRock's been selling Bitcoin. We know this, dude. I've told you guys multiple times, if BlackRock is selling, or any whale for that matter of fact, any whale, and I mean, BlackRock being the largest, if they're out there selling, you should be selling too or shorting the market, dude. Like, it's just that simple. And BlackRock's been selling for over 4 days now of their Bitcoins. You can see right here. You know, Archem does a good job of tracking this. If you guys are not following Archem on X, like, what are you doing? You got to be following them. Definitely a good way of telling where the markets are going to go. And it's not just because of this why the markets are down. I mean, indicators are telling us that the markets are down, and everyone's looking at the same indicators. Like I tell you guys that all the time. I mean, we're all looking at the same indicators here. So like, a lot of people are trading off the same indicators. That's the funny part is that we all look at this and going, oh yeah, this is a good time to short, or oh, look at where the markets are at today. This is a good time to, you know, long, or whatever it might be. And one of the biggest points here for me is looking at the RSI, right? So you have the Stosh RSI over here. This is probably one of my biggest indicators. I'll be honest with you guys. Like, I look at this thing and look for trends inside of every one of these. I look at support levels. And then obviously I look at fair value gaps that are in there too. And then just, you know, the overall sentiment of the market. But in all reality, dude, you can see here that this 12-hour, like when this 12-hour reaches its peak, you got to let this thing reset. And when this thing resets, it comes down, dude. I mean, you can see right here, this thing hit a peak up here on May 22nd and hit above the 80% line, and it came down, dude. I mean, it came all the way down to here. I mean, that was roughly about on XRP, we hit up here at like 247, and we came all the way down to roughly 208, and that was a 16% decrease. So anyone leveraging that was sitting pretty. Here's another example. This 12-hour reached above here on the Stosh above the 80%. And then we had a massive sell-off right here, right? And it didn't actually start coming back up until probably right about here. We started to come up. We hit this little peak right here, and then it had a major sell-off again. So here we are again. We hit this peak right here. Expect there to be a couple more red days, right? There'll be some green days in between, but I mean, for the most part, we are probably going to come down. I mean, you know, we could come back down to the 210, to the 206, to even the $2 marker again, based off of where this is going. So we'll have to continue to watch that unless there's going to be a reversal here, but typically we let the 12-hour will come back down and reset below the 20% on the RSI right here. That's just how it is. So regardless of how the 4-hour looks, 4 hours at the bottom. So again, we could come back up here. We could come retest like 220 again, you know, come back down, or maybe we come back up to like 218, 219, and then retest the levels again. We could do that all day long. But in all reality, dude, the 12-hour is going to come back down. It's going to reset here, which is only like 2 days, right? We're talking 2 days, not even 2 days. We're probably talking 24 hours. 24 to 36 hours will probably reset, which puts us right into Friday. You got today. So today we'll have a big reset around 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and then we'll have a big reset at 5 a.m. Tomorrow. And that's when we'll probably be down below this 20% to where we'll have a good reset going into Friday, if not going into Saturday as well. We'll have maybe a turnaround on Saturday or Sunday that's when you really want to start longing the market if you're trying to get into this. Pretty sure Wynn just got liquidated. Did he? I saw that he was on the cusp. I didn't know. This guy's wild, dude. I wouldn't trust this guy as far as you could throw him, dude, because I feel like this guy is just throwing money at the wind, bro. He is just like, not only that, he's actually like scamming people, dude, which is even more insane. I don't know if that scamming stuff is true or not, but man, it sure is connecting a lot of dots. People out there are definitely following his wallets, dude, and they're definitely showing that he's doing some shady ass stuff. That's some wild stuff. I don't know, man, what's going on with that whole thing. I don't know how you lose millions of dollars liquidated. He must be like in trouble or something. he must have like the mob after him or something to be just like leveraging like that. I mean, he's leveraging millions of dollars at like literally a 50x leverage. Like his it's like tiny windows of opportunity that he's taking. He's a degenerate, absolutely, but it's just like, bro, I mean, it's crazy, dude. Silver is over 35 cents per. Yeah, that's a good one too. Silver's up. Precious metals are up right now. So yeah, you can see right here my long. I did put a long in, or sorry, I did put a short in on this. You can see I'm up roughly about $221 on floating profit right now. My margin is 718. So I rolled over all my profits from my previous short that I sold last night at 218.5. Sold that, thinking that the market was going to maybe go back up. It did. It went back up to 21. I should have longed, but it was the middle of the night, dude. I was like, I hit my stop loss. It is what it is. Woke up, it was sitting around like the 220, 219 area. And that's when I said, you know what, dude, let's short it again, man. Shorted at 219.60. It's down to 217.20 right now, back up about $213. So sitting pretty right now on this short, right? Put your stop losses in so you don't lose your maybe make up $100. I put this leverage, I put this in at like 9 o'clock, dude. So it hasn't been like maybe a little over 9 o'clock. I think it was like 8:30. Actually, tell you the truth, I don't know when I did it. Maybe 2 hours ago. 2 hours ago I did it. So I mean, already up $200. That's $100 an hour. Sitting, dude, legit, right? I spent 6 shares at 31. You're talking about Circle? Yeah, Circle is a big one right here. As you guys can see, stablecoin issuer Circle sourced 124% in New York Stock Exchange debut. This is amazing, dude. Like, you should be excited if you're in crypto, dude. Like one of the largest stablecoins in the world just became publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange. Like, dude, crypto's going somewhere. This is like should be exciting for a lot of people here. You can see Circle right up here at $85.78. They're up $54 right now, dude. $54. They opened up at 30 cents, or sorry, $30. They're up 54. I guarantee they're up 179%, dude. They're bringing crypto and the volatility of crypto to this New York Stock Exchange, which is awesome. So dig it, dude. I absolutely dig it, man. It's a new financial system that's going to be coming in here. It's upgrading the financial system. There's just so much coming with USDC. I actually had the privilege of being on a phone call last night at 6:30 with a company in out of San Francisco, and they were meeting with Pure Wallet team. And it was just a really, really good discussion about real world assets and just how real world assets work. They are a large company that distributes billions of dollars in real world assets using USDC. And we met them over at Bitcoin. We met them at Bitcoin 2025. And dude, like I'm excited for it, dude. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was like, holy crap, I didn't realize how big like real world assets are and how you move real world assets across something. And I was like, just to even be in the room to talk about it was super, super cool. So USDC and USDC is not going anywhere. If anything, it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So like investing in something like Circle is key, dude. It's like super important that you pay attention to where USDC is going. I mean, you can see right here from 227 billion to 3 trillion. The stablecoin market is currently valued at 227, but could soar to 3 trillion by 2030. I agree, dude, because the reasons why is the real world assets of things. So invest in cryptos that are really into the RWAs. RWAs are the future now. RWAs, real world, turning real world assets into tokenized settings is like the next big thing, whether that's real estate, whether that's contracts, whether that's, you name it, dude, it could be anything. But tokenizing real world assets, which means that you're going to be launching it on a blockchain, whether that's XRP, HBAR, or Hedera, anything that you want. And then basically you're just tokenizing it and then converting it to stablecoin, whether that's RLUSD, whether that's Tether, whether that's USDC, it doesn't matter. Like the stablecoin arena is going to explode. It's going to be the most dominant crypto out there because these stablecoins are nuts, dude. Like, once people start to realize like how much value you could get and the transactions that these things make is just a ton of money, man. The stock market will open eyes to XRP. Yeah, I think, there's going to be a lot. Ripple's going to be launching their IPO. Ripple's probably going to be bigger than USDC. Ripple's going to be so much bigger than USDC on the stock exchange, dude. It's going to be insane. Made a good deal on that. I banned from IPO trading for 60. Oh, dude, did you sold your see? You sold your on Robinhood, right, bro? Six star. You did the Robinhood thing, right? And that's how I did with Coinbase, man. You'll look back and go, that was a good sale. You'll look back and say it's a good sale. I wonder what the Ripple IPO will be like when it launches. Well, shit, this launched at what, 7 billion? I mean, it's probably going to be a $10 billion one, dude. It's probably going to be close to $10 billion. Let's see here. Yep, alt stocks will open some eyes. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely, dude. I can't get in the Discord. Did Twiz ban me? You should be able to get in the Discord. I don't think you got banned. I don't think that's Twiz. But you should get back in Discord, Kill Well, dude. Definitely get back in there, bro. It was always good times in there, dude. I doubt it. Trying to reach out to Fan. Yeah, dude, definitely. You should. Also, whoever gifted me a membership, authentic. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Did I miss any? I might have missed some comments in here. Sorry, I was on a rant right there. He's pissed. He's trying to save money. He could. Very well could, dude. Yeah, very well could. We got Seiko, huh? What's up, Seiko? We got Seiko in the house here. Good to see you, my guy. The Twitter sphere suggested that the IPO Soren just raised the prices for a Ripple acquisition. Thoughts? Dude, I don't think that Ripple, I think that Ripple would have acquired it before they went live, because then it takes away the value of your own IPO. So you're not going to go, so I don't think that like the Ripple USDC or Circle partnership, I don't think, or they might have a partnership, but I think them acquiring them is like little to none now. Excuse me. I mean, they were up 140%. It's hard to resist temptations. Dude, I 100%. I can honestly, I knew exactly how you feel. That's exactly how Coinbase was when it launched. I told you guys, I sold it. Went up like 100%, and I was like, buy. I had like, I don't know. I think I bought like $7,000 worth of about like $7,000. It went up like, I was up like 7,000. I sold. I was like, I'm done. Like, I was like, hindsight, it's like, it is but base sat at the bottom of that chart for quite some time, dude. So you can see right here, XRP trying to fight off that 217. I told you guys I want to try to get into the 216 for this leverage trade right here. One thing I do want to tell you guys, and this is not to push anything on you, but you have to learn how to leverage trade if you're going to make it through a bear market. So all my streams, all my things, I never shared anything with anyone through all the years of trading, because I just never wanted to do it. And it was just really hard to share. And you guys know Washington put a big hamper on that. But lately I was like, you know what, maybe I will. Discord opened up this year. I was like, maybe we should start talking about it more. Here we are, leverage trading. And I want to tell you guys, this is the only way you're going to make it through the markets. You're going to make it through these ups and downs, is doing some leverage trades. Now, again, don't overextend your leverages. Don't get so aggressive to where you lose a bunch of money. But I mean, this is where this is where you have an opportunity to actually do, turn some small money into some decent sized profits. Because when the markets are red, dude, you got to know how to margin trade, dude. Like you gotta go out there and do it. Like especially if you're spending day in and day out in this space. And I'm not here to like make you say, hey, you got to go sign up for BTCC or anything. No, I don't care what exchange you do. I'm just telling you guys, you got to jump on it. Like you got to jump on it. Also, when you leverage trade, what's your favorite timeline? I'm using the 7-minute, dude. I told you I use the 12-hour. I use the time. My timelines are 12 hours, day, week, dude. Those are my timelines. Even on just day trades alone, dude, because you could really see where the markets are at. I try not to get too wrapped up in the 7-minute, 5-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute. I don't do any of that. That's way too close, dude. That's scalping numbers for me. I really try to avoid that. I think a 4x leverage with 800 and 200 of dry powder. Yeah, you could do that. I need a one-on-one class on BTCC. Yeah, I mean, I should probably in the Discord just open up a thing and tell everyone to, jump into BTCC and do it. Hey, Austin, did you hear about Levi? Yeah, I made a post about it. So Levi, what happened to Levi is what happened to me during the Luna Classic. During Luna Classic, my channel got taken down for the same exact reasons that Levi got his channel taken down for, harmful content. We're just talking about crypto news. Like that's all we're talking about, crypto news here. And where markets are going to go, where we see potential, where the markets are going to go potentially. So yeah, I feel really bad for Levi, honestly, dude. Like that's such a bad feeling. I mean, I remember the feeling that I had when it happened. I think he's going to get his channel back. It usually took me about 7 days to get my channel back. And so I think that, you know, it's been roughly what, 3 days, 2-3 days now for him. So I think here in the next couple of days, he should get his channel back. I mean, you know, at least I hope so. Like I said, I mean, he's out of Canada, so I don't know how like the Canada laws are looking at it. Like, I don't know if Canada's pushing something, because again, a US is different than Canada, just like it's different than Japan. Like, every country has their own YouTube standards. So I don't know how that works. But I will say, based off of what I know from my previous, like I said, I got my channel taken down for people flagging it for harmful content as well. And, you know, and eventually it came back, and, you know, here we are today. I mean, we're just talking about crypto news here. Like, I don't think there's anything harmful about talking about the news. I mean, you know, no different than CNN and everyone else talking about the fake news that they talk about. So, you don't see their channels taken down. But yeah, what are you using for margin trading? I'm using BTCC, dude. And the reason why I use BTCC is because, Bitnewix or Bitnix or whatever the hell it's called, they hit me up, and you know, they gave a pretty good deal for people to sign up. Like, you know, because I was like, hey, if I'm going to put a link out there, like, at least give something back to people that sign up. BTCC gives the biggest return back to the people that sign up and do a first deposit. Like 10% is big, right? Bitnewix doesn't do that, or whatever it's called. They don't do that. So like, that's where I was like, okay, well, whatever I can give back to the A team, like if I can do something to where it gives money back to the A team, like make that happen. And at 10%, I've used it multiple times. You know, again, it's non-KYC. You can sign up with multiple, like Gmail accounts. You can use different phone numbers. You can do a bunch of things and sign up and do first deposits. So you get 10%. So if you put $1,000 in there, they give you $100 to trade with. You could turn that $100 into, you know, $1,000 pretty quickly. At least with these markets, they're pretty easily readable right now. I need help with leverage trading. Yeah, well, I mean, first thing you got to do is just literally go click on my link, sign up for it at least, and like just, you know, play around with it. Just start playing around with it. There's a demo mode in there. You can start playing around with the demo side of it. That's your biggest thing, dude. Just go over to the demo side. If you're scared to trade, at least go in there and like go to the demo side of it. So if you go to the future side over here, there is a demo side right here. It says demo. See the demo trading right up here? It shows little handles. You can go over to the demo side and start demo trading. And it actually works out pretty nicely. So definitely go do that as well. I mean, I think that's a big thing. Let's go back to XRP here. So yeah, we're back to 216.88 right now. So yeah, up about $250, almost 50% up on my trade right now. So looking pretty good. Oh my God, I was watching the BTC chart and freaked out and closed my position and lost out on big profits. Oh no, 808 memes. Oh no. Yeah, patience, right? I mean, there's sometimes, you know, you feel like, oh crap, I don't want to get liquidated. But yeah, I get what you're saying, dude. Do you provide your trades in Discord? I do, Anthony. I've been trying to get better about it. Sometimes I make trades and everyone's like, why didn't you share that? And it's like, I'm on the road. I've totally spaced it, but I've been trying to, like this morning, I was definitely on top of it. I'm not saying that I make 100% of the time. I commit 100% of the time to my trades, but I definitely try to. I don't always hit them. You know what I mean? I've been pretty good, but I mean, there's sometimes where I miss too. So just be aware of that. Thank you so much for leverage trading. You are so helpful. Oh, dude, Dave, Dog, Zoe, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Happy you guys are enjoying the trading here. Again, the goal to it is just don't over leverage yourself. That's what it comes down to. The markets are the way they're at right now, but just don't over leverage yourself, man. You know, I mean, just be patient and it'll all work out. I can't find my transaction of putting money in the Pure Wallet pre-sale. I believe I use SafePal and can't find the transaction anywhere. Any ideas? Well, if it's in the so you can just log back into the website, dude. So obviously the pre-sale for Pure Wallet's still going here, but if you log back into the website here, you can attach your wallet and you'll be able to see your transaction online here. So connect your wallet back to the pre-sale here and you should be good to go. William, join the Discord. We're always talking about it. Yeah. And it's not just me. There's a ton of people in there talking about their trades as well. So it's not just me talking about it. There's other people out there talking about their trades too. So Austin, can you make money just holding for a good pump when the XRP goes? Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it's super important to hold. Like leverage trading is just for like, if you want to, you know, leverage trading is really just if you want to have, like, I look at it as like degenerate gambling in some degree. I mean, like, it's no different than going and putting a parlay in the, you know, in on a sports, on the sports books, you know. So that's how I look at it. And, you know, we're here reading the markets. We read charts every day. So sometimes you just got to have some fun and, you know, put a couple $100 in, or maybe 100 or $50. Some people are putting like $25 to $50 in on trades and making $25-$50, and they're cool with that, right? Everyone has their own, you know, they do their own risk on how they want to do it. But yeah, it's kind of fun. But yeah, definitely holding long-term bags is like the most valuable thing you can do. Most valuable thing you can do is buy and hold. And then, if you want to have a little fun, there's the leverage side out of here. Just don't over leverage yourself. That's all it comes down to. So you can see right now we're back to 1702, 1706. Come in here, put a price. Yeah, I'm here. I'm gambling a little bit today. So, I definitely want some bigger returns here, but I'm not going to lose more than $100. So if this comes down more than $100, I'll probably close my position, make $100. Like that's, I'm always going to try to make money. Levi also rugged everyone with his own project. I talked to him about that. He's actually revamping that, I guess, that project into that mining thing. So, if he, it's kudos to him for trying to do that. Seems like selective persecution. It sucks that YouTube can, after folks that haven't done anything wrong. Yeah, a lot of it is to do with, like, a lot of it has to do with YouTube. I think it's more like AI generated AI automation and stuff like that. So that's kind of what it is. I don't think it's actually a real person. You should warn everyone about safely depositing. Yeah. I think that you said $25, right? $25. You got to deposit more than $25. But if you're going to make the first deposit, make the first deposit actually worth it, because you get that 10%. If you go to the link and sign up, you get that 10%. And that 10%, if you only put 10, so let's just say that you put, $50 in there, you're only gonna get $5 on your first deposit. So like, make sure that first deposit's worth it. You know what I mean? But yes, definitely be warning about it. That he sent over 2 XRP, and I think that they said you have to have $25 in XRP or something like that. So yeah, definitely be careful of that. Shannon coming in hot with 10 gifted memberships. Dude, Shannon, my guy, thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships. If Shannon gifted you a membership, please say thank you to Shannon. And those 10 new members, welcome to the A team. And definitely get over into that Discord. We're definitely kicking butt over there right now. What percentage of people who do leverage trade lose their crypto? Seriously, what's the math? Those numbers have available. I bet it's over 90%. Well, I think what happens is that, like I tell a lot of people here, is that people, they lose their profits here because they don't set their stop losses. So it's super imperative that you set a stop loss, right? Especially if you're up. And so like right now it's at 233. If you don't want to lose more than this, you come down here and you set your stop loss. Let me move this out, Joe buddy. You set your stop losses so you don't lose your money, right? Or you're like, hey, I don't want to lose more than $50 in this trade. So you go and you set your stop loss. And if you lose your $50, you lose your $50. No different than, losing a parlay. You put $50 in a parlay, you might you might lose it. So that's the biggest thing. And then what happens is people put too much leverage, right? So the higher the leverage you go, right? If you're going 50x leverage here, the chances of getting liquidated is a lot higher. But if you're doing like a 10x leverage, it's a lot smaller. You know what I mean? 10x is still a lot, but I mean, that's kind of like where it's at. Leverage trading is for after you have a bag to hold. Yeah, definitely. If you haven't accumulated anything, I'd highly advise avoiding leverage. So, or, you know what I mean? Props for you for admitting it's basically just gambling. Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, like you're literally taking money, you're leveraging money from an exchange. They're giving you money to then go and put onto the markets in hopes that you make the right play. But the good thing is that you got indicators. You do got some things in your back pocket. You got indicators. You got, there's a lot of things out there doing good. BTC, get that Austin code 10%, then be next to leverage isolated altcoins. So the good thing is, Z-Goals, is that I talked to the team about the isolated leverage. They're going to be adding more cryptos to the isolated side of BTCC. So yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that they got to have more isolated margin trading on the isolated side. Leverage trading on isolated is a lot more secure than cross margin. Market is always red, but you have to be here for when it's green. Yeah, RPM, I'm with you on that. He's always pushing scam coins, just like, oh, who are you talking about, Paul? I might have missed it. I turned 200 and 800 so far off of a Robinhood IPO. Nice, dude. That's hell yeah, Kirk. Good job. I just closed my XRP short for 33% gains. Not bad for hardly paying attention due to work. Hell yeah, pipeline. That's what I'm talking about, dude. 33% gains. That's good, right? You put in $100, you made $33, right? Basically is what it comes down to. I wouldn't say 100% gambling, but it's up there for sure. Yeah, it's not like, the good thing is that like you have indicators, and then you can obviously, it's not like, because when you go to the casino, I mean, you got the house is always the house wins most of the time, right? Well, here, I mean, there's no house. I mean, you're literally trading against yourself. You're trading against the market. You're trading against indicators. You're trading against, market flow, where things are going, sentiment in the market. I mean, you can make really good decisions here. And on top of that, you can actually you can mitigate your risk, right? In the casino, you don't mitigate risk. I mean, you can mitigate risk by maybe playing more hands or reducing the amount of hands you play or playing more numbers if it's roulette. Like there's other ways to reduce or mitigate your risk or your exposure. And the same goes for leverage trading as well. So, but yeah, XRP, we're sitting right now. You can see right now the 12 hours coming down. You go to every 12 hour, anytime that we've reached over, like I told you guys, anytime that we've reached over the peak of this, like I really want you to pay attention to this. If like you don't pay attention to anything I say today, this is the only thing I want you to pay attention to is that when you're looking at this chart, open up your TradingView, make sure you got your Stash RSI over here opened up, go to the 12 hour. And anytime you actually see the 12 hour peak up here, outside of some anomalies here where this will bounce back up, typically when it reaches the top of this, it comes back down. And I mean, it comes back down pretty good. You can see right here, it came back down right here. We lost about 10% when it reached the peak, right? Started to fall back down, but people shorted that. We started shorting this back on Tuesday, the 3rd, right? So literally almost 3 days ago, we started shorting, we started shorting XRP. And that was kind of where it was at. We were longing XRP back over here at 214, right? We put a long in, you can go back and watch the channel. We put a long in at 214. This thing went all the way up. We made, I made well over a couple $1,000s off of it, just off of a small trades. Came all the way up here, and now we saw this peak out up here, and now we're short in the market. Anytime this is going to come back down and reset back down here, and anytime that does, you can see right here. Look, we reached the top up here back on April 28th. We peaked out. We came all the way down to the bottom right here. This had a nice little fall down, right, from the top up here to the fall down here, which was roughly about a 10% decrease. Last time we came up here, we hit the top up here back on April 13th, and we came down slightly over here. Same with here. We came up, we came down, right? Now we worked our way up right here, just a slight up, and then we worked our way down. And then we worked up, and now we're working down right now. So, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if we came back down to, right into this area, right into the lower twos based off of what we're seeing right now. So just hold on strong. Can we check Sol? Yeah, let's check Sol. I need to start margin trade. Yeah. Just do small amounts, bro. Like I'm being honest with you. Just do small amounts. And there's a demo side of it, dude. But if you're in crypto and you're watching the channel, you're watching crypto, you're engaged in crypto, like if you're not out there doing this, and I never pushed this before because I didn't want people to get hurt off it, but then I started to realize it's selfish of me not to say anything about it because like if I'm making money from it, why would I not share that with other people? So yeah, I just figured I'd stop being selfish and we'll just share as much as I possibly can off of it. But that's kind of where it's at, man. Liquidation level super low and should pump Q3 real good. Yeah, I mean Q3, end of Q3 going into Q4 seems to be like when the major pump happens, and we can actually time that out. There'll probably be another little pump coming in. It's probably going to be like July, August when you see it, and I'll show you the numbers. Austin, so what's chart numbers? What are you saying? Like when you say Jimmy, like chart numbers, what are you talking about? What's your safe zone leverage amount? Safe zone leverage. I mean, you don't want to go like a 10x. 10x is probably like for most people, like 10x is pretty high, but it takes a lot to get liquidated on that one. But yeah, you don't want to probably go below, like above 20x. Like I'll do a 40x just because I'm literally degenerating it. I'm just being a degenerate right now. But yeah, you definitely don't want to go below like, I mean, you want to stick around like the 10%, right? And if you're doing large cash, like large numbers, like if I were to put like 10,000 into this trade, like let's just say that I leverage, let's just say that I go and I put like 10x or $10,000 into XRP, I'd probably do like a 2x. I'd probably do like a 2 or maybe a 3x margin if I'm doing that much money. But if it's like I'm putting a couple $100 in here, I'll definitely do like, I'll definitely do like anywhere from a 30 to 40 because that's what excites me, right? And if I get liquidated, I get liquidated because I took that risk. When is the pump? Yeah, the pump would. Let's show some numbers here. So it's coming down more. I mean, based off what we're seeing here, yeah, we could definitely come back down, and it might do something like we saw right here, where it kind of comes down and then just kind of goes flat. But I mean, you can see that definitely came down and crossed back over this 20 barrier right here. So this will come back down and test this 20 barrier. So right here around like right around 5 p.m. today, I'm hoping that this comes down to this 50 marker right here. But then that gives us almost another 24 hours before we really start to see where this comes out. So that's what I was saying. I mean, we have the rest of the day. We got almost 24 hours here, 36. We probably got literally 48 hours before we start to see maybe where you start to actually long the market a little bit. So that's kind of where I'm at. I mean, and like I said, but this could change based off of a tweet, based off of the discussions with China. Who knows what can happen in the markets that can change where this is going right now. But I'm just telling you that no matter what, eventually this will reset. The good thing is that the day chart is working its way up right here. So this could go a little flat right here, or it could do something like we saw right here where it came up and then came back down sharply right here. Same thing here. It could come up here, retest this, 37 area and come back down again. So there could be a lot of factors here, but the weekly is where we want to look right now. Weekly's on its way back down. It's kind of retesting right here. Again, you can see we used last time we came up above the 20 and then retested was back over here in February 2021. But like that trend's not very often. You don't see that trend come back down over the course of like 2 years. Let me get your comment out of the way right here. When you start to look at the trend on the daily here, usually when this reaches above the 20 on the weekly, we tend to go up no matter what. And that's kind of where last time we had a rejection and came back down was right here. And then we came back up, which is, again, we hit heights. We hit like really good highs back in, that was in the bull run of 2021. So I think that we're in the same boat right here. We're going to come back down and then we're going to come back up and hit some levels here. And that's kind of where, when you look at the weekly here, it could take roughly from the bottom to the top of this, it could take roughly almost let's just go here. So that was in, let's go October 21 of 2024. And we peaked in December. So that's October, November, December. In December, so it almost took 3 months to peak out. So if you say that right now we're halfway through that, or not even halfway, we're not even three-quarters, we're like literally like 1/4 the way through that, then we're basically saying that, okay, this started in April. So we got April, then we got May, June, July, that we're going to start peaking out. So July, August. So like right in this August is where we start to really come out of this. And then, that's where we could peak here and potentially stay up somewhere like this, where we stay a couple weeks up here, which gives us right into October and September, October. So right around that end of Q3 going into Q4, we're going to really peak out of this market right now. So I know that sounds like it's far away, but that's really what the numbers are telling us right now. So yeah, if you want to go over to the RSI right here, I can show you my setup right here. I'll turn the settings on here. There's my settings right there. I'll zoom in a little bit. So my inputs are right there for the RSI. Stick to 3-. Yeah. 30 years from now, XRP will be 223. Turk. Austin, are subs only on? They are. I think subs are only on. Yeah. The Stoch RSI is a technical analysis indicator that measures the relative strength of the relative index over a specific period of time. That's correct. And the goal is to see when the markets are over purchased and when they're under purchased. And that's usually the big indicator as to where the markets are going to go. I need a dummies version of Stoch RSI. I have read the documentation on multiple. Yeah, it's really just a matter of like when the markets are over purchased. So like, I'll give you an example, right? Well, let's zoom out on this thing. I zoomed in. Who's calling? Just a sec, hold on. No, it's fine. Let me try to zoom out. For some reason, it got stuck. For some reason, I got stuck on the zoom in here. Let's leave the page. I have to reset it here. I hate when I do that. Sometimes I zoom in and I get stuck. It's kind of weird. I don't really like that about TradingView. Sometimes it gets like this. It gets like a glitch or something. But that's really when you're looking at the Stoch RSI. That's really what you're looking at. You're looking at, it's like right here, you can see where it became over purchased and then now we're under purchased. So then people start to buy and then it showed that we were over purchased. We came back down. Now we're under purchased right now. We're going to bounce back out of this. This week, we're going to probably bounce out. The longs are going to come in here. You can see the markets are red. The longs are going to come in here in the next 24 to 48 hours. Like I said, we're at to monitor it every day. It could be 36 hours. We start to see the bottom of that 12 and we bounce back out. And again, it could be flat. It could go lower. But that's why I said we're ahead in our leverage right now. We're up almost $201. Like, set your stop loss. Make sure you don't lose your profits and then wait for another time frame to jump in. And keep HODL accounts separate. Yeah, you should. You should keep your HODL account separate, dude. I do not have 12 hours. How do I get it from TradingView? Just go over here to your TradingView side, bro. And just come over here. You can see there's a whole bunch of, you can add a custom intervals. And just come over here. There's a little, you have 1 hour, 4 hour. You probably have the traditional, but go over to the little arrow and then you can go down to the 1 week, you go to the 1 day, you can do whatever you want. So I usually do 12-hour 1 day, and you can see there's 12 hours. You can change anything you want here. 12 hours, 4 hours, you can heart them. There's a bunch of things you can do, dude. Next page coming in hot with the $5. Thanks so much for the $5 super chat too. Always garner good information during your streams, but days like today is literally like unwrapping a gift. Appreciate you. Next page. Thank you so much. And I like I said, I do appreciate you with the $5 super chat. And yeah, the whole goal is to just continue to support each other. That's what it comes down to here. And yeah, very appreciative of the $5 and your kind words. BTC says no KYC, but when I want to deposit asking for ID, what now? So that's a big thing here. So if you want to stay non-KYC on BTCC, you got to use MetaMask. So that's one thing here. If you're going to be transferring from a bank or transferring from an exchange, they're going to probably require you to KYC. So for me, on this here, I just go over here. If I want to deposit onto here, I go over to my wallet and I'll say transfer, and then it's going to pull up here. Or sorry, it's going to go deposit. I got to deposit, and I'm going to say crypto deposit. And then right here, I'm going to say USD. So this is I'm going to go USDT to US Ethereum. And so then it gives me my wallet right here. So I'll copy that. I'll go to my MetaMask up here. And you guys can see right here, I got my MetaMask. So, you know, we got some money in here. I got $171. I got some. So what I'll do is I'll swap Ethereum to USDT, and then I'll convert it. I'll send it over here because everything's traded in USDC on here. So, or sorry, USDT. So I trade on USDT. So then I transfer it over on USDT, and I don't have to KYC. That's what makes it nice, is that I don't have to KYC or transfer anything. And then if I want to transfer money off of this, I just basically move it back to my wallet here. So I'll just move my assets back to my wallet, and then I'll convert it. It's already USDT. So all I got to do is just move it back over to my MetaMask wallet, and it moves in like 5 minutes, right? So all good. So Trump tossed Elon in a headlock. Dude, it's pretty wild, dude. You guys can't add custom time intervals unless you have paid versions. Oh, gotcha. That's kind of crazy. I use Coinbase to transfer to and from BTCC. Did you have to KYC to do that, dude? But if your MetaMask has done anything from an exchange, you KYC has already been exposed. Very well could, RPM. Yeah, you're very well could. You know, if you're sending it back to your I mean, there's probably ways that they could do that. Yeah, no, you're probably right. There's probably, I mean, now it's not as decentralized as people think, but you know, I don't have to put in my personal information. Like I don't have to put in like BTCC doesn't need to know my social security number. Like where with Coinbase, you know, to trade on Coinbase and attach it to your bank account, you got to put your social security number in there. You got to put all your information. So Coinbase has all that, but I don't want to necessarily give it to BTCC. So I can avoid that. And that's kind of where I'm at. But yeah, I get what you're saying. There's a connection. So I tried using XRP because it's the cheapest. Yeah, there's definitely a memo. So be careful if you're trying. I use USDT. That's all I use because I don't have to make any swaps in between there. So that's kind of what I do. Sorry for the cast, but the last part was important. Make sure you include the memo. Yeah, if you're going from one exchange to another, XRP requires you to have a memo. That's for sure. Anything that hits bank's account is trackable and traceable. We can't hide from Sam. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Unless you have Pure Wallet will not be able to be tracked. I can say 100% without a doubt that Pure Wallet, as soon as you put it into an offline setting, you can't be tracked. I already put it through with people like Zach, XBT and Skywalker. Those guys, they already went through the Pure Wallet. They took a look at it, and the only way it's going to be tracked is if you put in, let's just say you put in 1 ETH on one side and you move 1 ETH out on the other side. Then that could be potentially trackable, right? Especially if you move like in high money. If you're moving like, let's just say you move like $1 billion in ETH, that same transaction amount could come out the other side, and that could be tracked. However, if you break that up into certain numbers, they're not going to be able to track it. So yeah, it's pretty badass. It's not blockchain for nothing. ISO 2022 are all about tracking, logging, and getting tracing. Yeah. Are you using market or limit order when trading? I use limit order unless I'm making a trade like instantly. So I usually do the trade of the day on stream here. So typically I'll do a stream a trade of the day on stream. And that trade of the day, usually I buy at market, but typically you want to try to gauge where you're going to be at. Like you typically when it hits this number, I want to buy. Like for this short, you're like, hey, dude, if it hits one, let's just say two, let's just say you're like, okay, well, if it hits 217.5 again, I want to buy. You could do a market. You know what I mean? Dude, Roger, what's up, my guy? Thanks so much for the $20 bomb in here. Blocky AI agent, bullish on it, dude. Like, if you guys don't know, Roger's been here forever. You guys might know see his name now, but he's been following me for a long time. Like I said, I made a video about Blocky. Blocky's actually been doing very well. I still hold Blocky. I still hold Blocky. Just a sec, I got my dad was calling. I still hold Blocky, and dude, it's actually really sitting really good right now. I know there's a lot of people here on the A team that made really good money off of it, still sitting up on theirs. Tell you the truth, I'm actually tell you where I'm at. I think I'm up 100% on my Blocky still, dude. Like, I appreciate the hell out of it. Let's see, where's my Blocky? Where's my Blocky? I haven't looked at it in a minute. Yeah, dude, I'm literally up 100% on my Blocky, dude. So again, thank you so much for the $20 super chat here. I think you said that Altcoin Daily is going to be talking about Blocky AI, so that's pretty badass. I'm excited for that. Excited to hear Altcoin Daily talk about it. Wait for sub $2. I'm tempted. Let's see here. I closed door meetings were all about stablecoins and privacy removal. Dan said to what did you say to do, dude? Is good one. I'm trying to find him. Oh, Ryan Tran, thank you so much, man. I personally don't trade crypto, but I trade stocks. I'm new to stocks and crypto this year, but I have been able to profit $12K from trading and throw it all into crypto. You help me find my buy-ins. Wow, Ryan, dude, I appreciate that a ton, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And thank you so much for the kind comments, man. Sticking with XRP or just missing out on massive gains? Yeah. Well, I mean, we're shorting XRP. It's back down to 216.34 right now. I mean, the shorts are coming in hot right now for XRP. Almost up $300 on the trade right now, 59%. So yeah, we're almost 100% up on margin here. Well, I mean 59%, but I mean 216.33. I said 216 was kind of like maybe a potential take profit moment for me, but we'll see how that turns out here. Austin, is there at least a client where you can trade both crypto and normal stocks with futures? No, you have to do it through like Charles Schwab. Like I do mine through stocks through Charles Schwab, and then I do everything else through BTCC right now. So Deb, what's up? Hola. Shorting is like playing in a loser's bracket, can still win a prize and feel good, but still have the feeling of disappointment. No, we should be Tommy, touche. I'll stick, but right now, the last 3 days, the markets have been, dude, like I'll sit in that loser's bracket all day long. Don't start unless you have experience. Yeah, definitely. If you shorten as having the conviction to make money. Do you know how to short stocks? Yeah, it's the same way, dude. You just go in and you do the same sort of, you're buying so in stocks, you buy contracts. So you're not doing it like we do here. There probably is some areas where you can, but like on Charles Schwab, you're buying contracts. So that's what you're doing. You're going to short the market. You're going to short the market, but you're going to buy a contract to short the market, just like how Coinbase is. That's how Charles Schwab is. And that's why I don't short a lot, because it's just a finicky way of doing it. It's the same as crypto. Depending on like Charles Schwab, you have to buy. It's through contracts. We all thank you, Austin, helping us. Well, at least that's where Charles Schwab's at. Same with not Fidelity. What used to be Scott Trader. Hey, Austin, is MetaMask easy? I love MetaMask, Gunter. MetaMask is good. Yeah, Jimmy, no problem, man. Austin, don't short. I need a 250 XRP. 250 XRP coming in hot. No, you can place futures or puts on Ninja Trader. Oh, Ninja Trader. See, I haven't touched Ninja Trader. Webull is good for trading stocks. Okay. Yeah, that's good to know. Yeah, so there's a lot of people out there that are doing that. Like I said, I've only used Charles Schwab for stocks, dude. I don't go beyond that. But yeah, MetaMask, I like MetaMask. MetaMask is super basic. Super basic. Still down 20% average on 270. Well, back to 3. Yeah, that could be it. Ooh, let's see here. But yeah, markets are coming down. What else do I have here today? We got XRP. This is cool right here. XRP qualifies as a utility token under the MICA or MICA. And so really what this is that this is the MICA is a market and crypto asset. This is where I was talking about with the tokenization. So being used as a utility token to be able to tokenize real world assets and basically be used as regulate tokens. And that's kind of where this is at. So Kind of excited that they actually moved over to this. I want to make sure. Just like I gotta call my dad real quick, make sure everything's good. Uno momento. He's called me a couple times now, so I hope all is good. Currently, Bitcoin and Ethereum has a single company issue. So Bitcoin and Ethereum are not going to be under the market and crypto asset regulation, but every other utility token will. So that's good to know. That is really, really good to know, actually. 95 to 99% of all my X followers are bots. How low can Sol go? Oh, yeah, let's take a look at Sol. You've asked me for a while on this now. Let's take a look at Sol. Where are you at, Sol? So Sol on the weekly is already coming down. The daily is on the bottom. The 12 hours working its way back down. Oosh. Let's take a look here. Man, if you were in this on a couple days ago, look at that, dude. Came up. It's come down. Let's see what the 4 hours looking like. 4 hours at the bottom. The weekly is what scares me, dude, because we know that the long term, the weeklies are going to reset, right? I mean, when you have a weekly at the top like this, it's going to come down and reset. And it's going to, this one came back down. It's eventually going to come down. You can see that from here or here all the way down to here, it resets. So even if this is already working its way down, I mean, yeah, it's, we'll have to see what this next 12-hour brings. If it stops like right here, that means you got a ways to go. If it comes down like at 5 o'clock today, if it comes down to like here, then you have only a couple more, maybe like another day for it before it reaches bottom. But I mean, the fair value gap on this is sitting right at, or sorry, not a fair value gap. The this 130 is right there, but that's a pretty big deep fall. This could probably hit the 142 marker, which I think we actually said. Look at the area of support right there at the 140, 141. Look at that red line right there. Massive level of support. I wouldn't be shocked if it comes down and hits that 140. Let's look at the day chart here. We got a fair value gap sitting right down here at the 140, right at the bottom of the 143. You got still a massive, even here on the day chart, we still got a massive level here at the 141. You got a so this fair value gap is overlapping at the 141. 141, dude. That's kind of at the 0.5 on the retracement level. I mean, that's when you should probably, so yeah, honestly, I'd probably start shorting Solana. In all reality, we're sitting here at a 148. I mean, if you're thinking it's going to get to a 141, I want to play the game. And I mean, we can see right now that the 12 hours working its way back down. The day chart's at the bottom. The weekly is where we're really working out here. So even if there's a bounce around here, I mean, we're still going to come down here and probably hit some level of 140-ish. Just my personal take. Dude. Bro, I got wrecked with HBAR. Did you put a long in on that? I said yesterday in Discord, I can't remember what I told Z Goals. I think I said 16.1 is like short it to 16.1, and HBAR so far is down to 16, and that was at like 16. When was that? That was yesterday at when was that? That had been yesterday. It was probably like I think it was in the 17s or the 16s. We were over in here, and I was like, yeah, dude, if anything, the 4 hours at the bottom here, the 12-hour is working its way down again. This is very similar to XRP. I mean, I said 16 right here in this golden pocket. You can see right here, there's a fair value gap right here, probably a little bit below. Like 16 is probably like right where it's at. 16, 16.1, somewhere in that ballpark. I will help you. Last time you put your money in Toshi, I didn't touch Toshi, dude. So yeah, I didn't touch any of that stuff. But yeah, XRP back in it's in the 16s right here. So someone asked me what I was looking at. I was looking at which token to short. We know that a lot of tokens are going to come down in the next 24 hours. The one I was looking at TON. I was looking at Hedera. Hedera is another one I was looking at, even though, obviously I hope, Polkadot's down pretty good right now. There's a handful out here. The big one though was Dogecoin, dude. If you guys were shorting Dogecoin, dude, you guys made a killing off Dogecoin. ApeCoin was the other one that we were playing around with here. Pepe, people were buying Pepe. Pepe is another one. ETH. So just give you an example. So Pepe's been a huge short on Discord. I told you I was shorted Pepe. Pepe is probably one of my biggest shorts. But you can see right here, this will continue to go down. I don't know how far it's going to go down. I mean, it's kind of, you can see right over here about, was this April, we went all the way down to 5. So about half of where we're at before we rallied up right here at this 579. But based off where Ethereum's at, and Pepe rallies off of Ethereum, this is kind of where I was looking at it. I mean, we have Ethereum right here. You can see that we have on this 12-hour, there's a lot of these numbers down here that could potentially get hit, but I'm looking at the weekly right now. I think like definitely look at the fair value gap on the weekly. The weekly is going to come down. We're at the very top of this weekly. This weekly is going to come down. It's going to come down. I don't know exactly where it's going to hit. Probably 2,200. There's a massive fair value gap that's going to come probably fill up right here. We're at a major level of support right or resistance right here. This is actually resistance. It's been bouncing off this 25. It got rejected for 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. It's been rejected at 2,500 bucks. Hasn't gone above. It's gone above, came back down, gone above, came back down. It's been sitting around this 2,500. So, I mean, it's been rejected. You could probably say 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're on our 5th week, you know? So again, there's some fair value gaps to be filled down here. I wouldn't be shocked if we came down filled. That means that Pepe is going to come down even hotter. Any of those cryptos that are holding there could come down even hotter. So, yeah, you mentioned Discord that this was a relief pump, and it was likely that the price action was going to fall again. Join the Discord. Oh, yeah, Watchman. Appreciate you, man. Oh, speaking of Discord, too. So, really cool. We had a guy, as you guys know, I think it was in the DGen chat here. Or was it in DGen chat? Yes. So, I'm going to pull this over here. You guys can see right here. So Dreams came through here and he said, I have Milwaukee Brewer ticket vouchers I can redeem for the A team for anyone located around the Milwaukee, Wisconsin area or who wants to travel. Whether a Brewers fan or a fan of the away team of choice, my only request is that they donate either a monetary or gift sub to the stream in exchange for each ticket. I could do upwards of 10 to 20 tickets, perhaps a few more. I will need a small amount to help for the mods. Basically, these are for regular season home games and ends upon September 28th. So sections are 407 and 422 American Family Field in Milwaukee. The ticket vouchers provided by Quick Trip gas stations for a quick trip to the field. Every $200 spent at a Quick Trip location is redeemable for single home game tickets. So he's basically coming out here saying that if you guys have some tickets or anything like that, we could try to figure out a way if you guys want to go to these games if you're in the area. And he'd be able to, basically any donation to the channel, he'll give you guys a ticket. So I don't know if you guys are into that kind of stuff, but I thought it was really, really cool of him to do that. So thank you so much, Dreams, for putting that out there. Made 100,000 on Toshi. God damn. The 1 hour chart on XRP has been following to the T last few days. Been killing that recently. Hell yeah, Joe. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, super cool. I'm really appreciative. I said this is an effort and a pay it forward for the A team stream, and we'll deny any fault heavy hassle requests as deemed necessary. The goal for this is to raise the funds to replace the A team Discord sign. And the sign actually turned out, we were able to fix it and things like that. But I just appreciate the A team. Dude, you guys are awesome. Honestly, I just super appreciative of each and every one of you just for always supporting it and holding it down, dude. So thank you. Let's see here. I gotta make sure I don't. Yeah, Trump and Elon breakup. Dude, the memes out here are hilarious, dude. The memes out here are too much. So the dollar's coming down. TON was the one I was looking at. TON surged 3% outperforming CoinDesk. So someone was asking me what I was going to do in this market. I was probably going to freaking short TON. And I know that that's probably crappy, but I haven't done any analysis on this. So let's actually take a look at it right now. You can see over the year, it's pretty far down, but over the last 7 days, you can see this thing's been doing pretty good. Over the month, I mean, it's been pretty high up there. Let's take a look at TON actually. Let's see if this is something we should short. I don't even think I've actually looked at TON before. What am I doing here? I don't want that. Let's go to, where am I going? Let's do Binance. So yeah, TON's a little bit funky. I've never looked at TON, so I couldn't tell you. So if we're looking at this for the first time, let me get this out of here. I've never done TA on TON, so give me a second here. Is that really when it's that far back? September 2020, dude, that's horrible. Is that really it? That chart is bad. Okay, let's see TON. Huh. Interesting. All right, I guess it is. Damn. I didn't realize it was that. Just seems crazy to me. Okay, I was like, that must have been when it went on Binance then. Let me delete that out of here because I don't like that. Okay, so let's go back here. We can actually see some. Yeah, it's down pretty far. Gosh, dang, dude. This thing's down pretty far already. Let's go to the 12-hour. 12 hours working its way up. Kind of a hard it's going to come down. I mean, you can see it doesn't usually come back up. It usually resets. Even on the day chart, the resets come in. I mean, yeah, you're probably coming back down. It's probably going to come back down to a fair value gap or come down to like $3 based off where the market's going. 4 hours up right now, but it's going to come down. 12 hours is going to come work its way back down here. That's originally the one I was thinking about, but I don't know if I'm going to do it. I don't really like how the charts are looking. The new golden age is a little less golden than I imagined. Hey, man. What's up, Brandon? Good to see you, guy. Don't miss out on Toshi. Yeah. But, all right. So far, so good on our short today. Up 300, almost $300, 55% up on the day. We're going to see how this plays out today. Definitely, if you're in on these shorts, do not leave money on the table. Like, definitely put your stop loss in. And if you have not got into margin trading, definitely go over to BTCC, click on my link, and go to the demo side. Just play on the demo side. That's all I ask. Just go to the demo side and play on the demo side. Get familiar with it, and because you're going to have to learn this going into the bear market. Bear market's going to be coming here, probably in the next 6 months, 6 to 8 months potentially, and you're going to have to learn how to leverage trade if you're going to be able to hang in the market. It's just simple as that, dude. Don't forget about HBAR. HBAR is going to be looking good here in a minute, dude. We'll definitely have to continue to monitor HBAR. So Samuel coming in with a 10-month. I know you've been here a lot longer than that. So thank you so much for the being a member for 10 months, bro. Appreciate you a ton. A-team strong for sure. I'm not a fan of trading TON, SUI, XRP, HBAR, and Jasmine for swings and days. Made it a lot on them. Okay. SUI's another one, dude. Yeah, definitely take a look at SUI, dude. We're barely talking about it anymore, but next week will be huge for HBAR. Yeah, HBAR is going to do it here in the next 24 to 48 hours, 48, probably like close to 36, 40 hours. We'll have a really good idea of where the markets are going to go. And that's probably where the longs are going to come in. Probably here in the next like 24 hours, we'll be really assessing where some long positions will come in. So ton is trash. Yeah, and been censored and compromised. That's all I was saying. It's time to short at RPM. If anything, I'm going to be shorting TON. So dude, look at this, man. As we're speaking right now, XRP down to 216.23. Gosh, dang, this thing is just falling right now, dude. Almost up $300, almost up $300 on this trade right now. So kudos to anyone got in on this swing trade, man. And if you did, let me know in the Discord if you got into the swing trade. I want to know who all got into the short this morning when I talked about it. So, yeah, with all that, guys, appreciate you. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And with all that said, we're out. Peace out, everyone.